My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Mandukya Karika. Let us all offer our respects to Guru Parampara, Sadashiva Samarambam, Shankaracharya Vadyavam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Shruti Shruti Smuti Prananam, Alayam Karunalayam, Namami Bhagavat Padam, Shankaram, Lokashankaram, Akhanda Mandalakaram, Vyaptam, Yena Characharam, Tat Padam, Darshitam Yena, Tasmai, Shri Gurave Namaha. Continuing our discussion on various viewpoints of spiritual life. There are different philosophies, different ways of approaching truth. Sri Gaudapadacharya outlines some of them. So what are they? Some philosophers say reality has 25 principles. Reality has 25 principles, while some of them speak of 26 categories. Some other philosophers speak of 31 categories. Yet others speak of countless categories of realities. What is being said is what is spiritual journey is all about. What is spiritual life all about? People think that spirituality is seeking newer and newer experiences, more and more blissful and peaceful experiences. Spirituality is really search for truth. It is the truth alone which frees us. It is not about newer and different experiences. It is the search for reality. All experiences, however great they are temporary. Experience is based on our sense organs and the mind. Sense organs and the mind are limited. So all experiences are limited in nature, no matter what you do. Then what is spiritual journey? Spiritual journey is the seeking of the truth. So the truth, different philosophers give different ways of explaining the truth. They give different models of the truth, different models of the reality. A model is like a map. Map is required for us to do a journey. I need a map of Bangalore to travel in Bangalore. Similarly, different models or different maps of spirituality are given by different philosophers. Maps or models are used by seekers to reach a destination or seeking or find the truth. So Gaudapada just says there are different models are given, different philosophies are given. Some philosophers say there are 25 levels of truth, 25 principles of truth. 25 principles are there, tattvas. Some people say 26, some people say 31, and some people say innumerable. Look at scientists. Scientists are seeking truth. Science is nothing but search for truth. A scientist is called doctorate in philosophy or PhD. Philosophy is a model, a viewpoint of the universe and reality. Scientists seek truth, the fundamental science. Applied scientists will apply the truth. So what scientists have come out? Scientists have come out, okay, the universe is nothing but, there are laws of universe, there are atoms, molecules, subatomic particles, energies. Now some scientists are saying universe is a vibration. Some scientists are saying universe has multiple parallel universes, infinite number of parallel universes. So many models are there. Search for truth is science. Similarly, search for truth is various religion and philosophical systems. So now, Gaudapada speaks out, outlines some of the major systems which are there in his time. One major system which is there is called Sankhya Yoga. Okay. Sankhya Yoga is, as I discussed earlier, it classifies the nature into principles, 24 principles or 25 principles. Highest from Purusha Prakriti to all the way Ahankara, Manas, Buddhi, and Antakarana. All those things, 24 principles it classifies. So there are two types of Sankhya systems, Seshwara Sankhya and Nirishwara Sankhya. Seshwara Sankhya and Nirishwara Sankhya. Seshwara Sankhya means Ishvara is there, the Lord is there, and there are 24 principles. So that makes 25 principles. Ishvara, Seshwara Sankhya accepts Ishvara. Nirishwara Sankhya says there's no Ishvara. Only principles of nature are there. So then there is a philosophical system called Shaivism, which speaks of 31 principles or 36 principles of nature. So let us look at these principles. So this is what we can say a scientist's view of the world. The entire universe is made up of atoms, molecules, subatomic particles, energy, quantum field. So scientists try to understand the truth in these dimensions. While Sankhya philosophy classifies the nature into 24, Purusha and Prakriti, Mahatattva, Ahankara Tattva, Ahankara or Sattva Ahankara, Rajasika Ahankara, Tamasika Ahankara, Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, the Pancha Tanmatras, Pancha Bhutas, and Manas. While there's a philosophical system of Shaivism, which speaks of 36 philosophies, 36 principles or 31 principles, depending on what you call as principles. So the principles are what we call as Sadashiva, Shuddha Sattva principles. and Ishvara principle, which are manifest at the individual level, and Shiva and Shakti principle manifest beyond, then Maya principle. So like that, they classify the entire nature or entire what is manifest reality into various principles for the purpose of study, understanding. So Sankhya Sankhya principle is used by yogis. I'll master one by one tattva, one by one principle. I'll go higher and higher and attain ultimate principle. So that's what the yogic way. Sankhya philosophy is used by yogis. Sankhya is two types, Seshwara Sankhya, Nirishwara Sankhya. And Shaivism has 31 principles or 36 principles, depending on what you are looking at. So now, Gaudapadacharya says, comes back to some more viewpoints of the world. Common people think various experiences, lokas, as reality. Reality is different lokas. Other people consider ashramas of life as reality. Some other people consider masculine and feminine and neuter genders as reality, while others consider higher and lower Brahman as reality, Saguna and Nirguna Brahma. Vedantins alone consider Nirguna Brahma as sole reality. See, most of the people also have view of reality. What is real for them may not be ultimate reality. They have their own view of reality. So they says, where is experience is very important in life, Papa. I want to have a good experience. Having a good experience is life. They consider experience as a reality of life. Experience is very important. Experience is reality of life. So people are experience seekers in a sense. What they do, they fall into different categories. Many people try to do a lot of work in the world to get some different experiences. So I want to get this experience. Maybe I want to have a good job. I want to go to foreign countries. I want to get married. I want to have children. All are experience hunters. We are all human beings are experience hunters. To experience, we are seeking happiness. But what we don't understand is that we are seeking reality. We are seeking something eternal in nature. That's called reality. All experiences are temporary, they don't understand, but they get stuck to experiences, material experience, okay, through various things in life. Or spiritual experiences, I'll do this practice, that practice, this practice, that practice, I'll get some happiness, some bliss. So like that, they are experience hunters. So now, there are other category of people. Typically, people who say, I'll do good karma. By good karma, I'll get a higher level loka, what is called heaven. I'll enjoy that. After death, I'll enjoy that. So experience after death also is somebody seeking. Somebody seeking experience after death. Somebody seeks experience while they are alive through material nature or spiritual experiences. Variety of practices, variety of methods. So they consider experience as very important in life. This experience in Sanskrit are called lokas. Loka is not a physical plane. Loka is a plane of experience. In yogic terminology, these experiences are related to chakras. Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipura chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddha chakra, Adna and Sahasrara chakra. Variety of experiences. Or they are also called, after death, the experiences are called Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Patala, the higher level Loka and lower level Loka. So Lokas, all the experiences. People try to do. People try to get various types of experiences. Now, people, what is called an experience by people? Okay. I want to get happiness. I want to get married because marriage gives me happiness. I want to go on a go to a movie because movie gives me happiness. Ultimately, we are speaking of happiness in some form, through some action, through some activity, through some practice. I want to get happiness. So the happiness which people are speaking all is called experience. Some means are different. Somebody gets happiness by a cup of coffee. Somebody gets happiness by a cup of tea. Somebody gets happiness by alcohol. But ultimately, happiness is the experience people are seeking. So then, some point of time, people get fed up. Oh, all these experiences are given temporary. I want to get something permanent. They call it spiritual experience. Then they go to ashrams, Himalayas. They do breathing practices, meditation practices, because they want to get experience, happiness. So all experiences, what you get through some activity, are limited in nature. You will not get the infinite. But really, deep inside, we are seeking infinite happiness. So the seeking for infinite happiness through finite activity is called spiritual experience. Any activity gives a finite happiness. It cannot give you infinite. Suppose I do breathing practice. Half an hour I will be peaceful. 1 hour I will be peaceful. 2 days, 1 day I will be peaceful. Happy. But really, when I say happy and peaceful, I am using interchangeably. Peaceful is when mind has become silent. And when the mind is silent, you experience a state of expansion. That's called happiness. So any activity you do, whether it's meditation or spiritual practices, all are limited in nature because finite can never give infinite. So then seeking happiness in the world is called material maya. Seeking happiness through spiritual practice is called spiritual maya. People are trapped in spiritual maya also. So this is called loka. So then some people are interested in next level loka. I want to go to Swarga Loka. I want to go to Vaikuntha Loka. I want to Shiva Loka. So everywhere there's a concept of deeper, longer period of happiness. But what we don't understand, we are really seeking bliss, ananda. Ananda comes from the word ananta, which is infinite. Infinite can never be gained through finite activity. No amount of finite activity can give you infinite. Every activity is finite, its result is finite. So only real self-enquiry, Atma Vichara, Viveka Vairagya, Nitya Anitya Viveka, Atma Anatma Viveka can establish you to help you to recognize your true nature, which is Ananta, infinity, Ananda. It is not a practice, it's an inquiry, search for truth, seeking the truth. The spiritual journey is seeking the truth. People have converted spiritual journey into seeking of experience. So the lokas, some people consider lokas as very important. Some people say ashrama is important. Varna ashrama. Ashrama means brahmacharya ashrama, grahastha ashrama, vanaprastha ashrama, sannyasa ashrama. Ashramas are important. They are lost in the means, forgetting about the destination. So brahmacharya ashrama is very important. That's the reality. So stay as brahmachari, remain unmarried. Brahmachari has a connotation of unmarried. Grahastha ashrama is important, or sannyasa ashrama is important. They give more importance to ashrama or way of life, and that they consider as reality. Some people are giving reality to masculine and feminine, gender, right? So we have feminists in the world. Women have to be given equal rights or more rights, or men are more superior. So that they consider as reality. None of these are all temporary. They don't understand that. Then there are philosophical systems. The duality is reality. Jivatma, Paramatma, separation is reality. Some philosophical systems are there where Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma both are reality. This is typically what we call as qualified non-duality, Vishishta Advaita. Saguna and Nirguna both are reality. So then there is philosophical systems, Vedanta, where Nirguna Brahman alone is the reality. So there is a variety of philosophical systems are there. Many of us tend to get lost in these systems and practices. Then Gaudapada says another level of reality, what people say. Shrishti, Sthiti, Shrishti, creation is the reality. Creation is the reality. Okay. So any time there's only creation which is going on. Some people say sustenance is the reality. Universe is there. Some people say dissolution is the reality. So this is typically people follow Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Those who follow sustenance is reality, pray to Vishnu. The sustenance is the reality. Those who believe that dissolution is reality or Jnana is reality, they pray to Shiva. Of course, people don't pray to Brahmaji, but they believe the creation is reality. How the creation is reality? All philosophical systems say, science says Big Bang started, creation started. And we have Vedantic systems, where Purana systems, where Brahmaji, how he created the universe. Right? So none of these, they are addressing some aspect of universe, creation, sustenance, dissolution as reality. But Vedanta is search for truth. It's not a search for experience. Experience is happening to us all the time. Some small experience, big experience. But what we understand the experience, how you interpret the experience, how you understand, in what context, what framework you understand the experience, that's Vedanta. Seeking the truth behind the experiences. The Vedanta is a journey from the experience to experiencer. From experience to experiencer to reality. Who is really experiencing? So the seeking of the truth is the Vedantic approach. Whereas all other systems are focusing on the object, which is experience. Go to the experiencer, seek the real experiencer, seek the truth is the Vedantic approach. That's the only reality. Everything else is appearance. So this is what keeps different from Vedanta from different other systems. In every other system, the question is, what am I experiencing? How I can improve my experience is the question. In Vedanta, who is the experiencer? Who is the real experiencer is the question. Because Vedanta teaching is every experience is changing. Every experience is mithya. The experiencer alone is satya. Seek the experiencer, seek the truth and be free. This is the Vedantic approach. In other words, most of the systems are focused on experience of life. Vedanta is focused on seeking of the truth, which is the experiencer, the knowing principle behind all experiences. So to give an example, there's a movie screen and a lot of movies are going on the screen. Many of the philosophical systems are trying to seek a truth in the movie. Vedanta is pointing out behind the movie there's a screen. That's the alone reality. Movies change, but screen doesn't change. Vedanta is trying to point out to us, who am I? Many other systems are focusing on what am I experiencing. Vedanta focuses on who am I? Seeking the truth. Seeking the truth of my own nature. Self-realization. See, this is the outline of various philosophical systems which Gaudapada is giving to make us focus on what he is going to teach in the next chapter about the approach of Vedanta. Light of the Self Foundation has various has website and YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to. Yeah, I'll answer the question. Light of Self Foundation's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and also website. You can subscribe to them. And also we have a children's program called iLead. You can subscribe to iLead program also. And you can forward it to people who are interested. So there are some questions on Zoom. I'll answer the question. What is spiritual experience? Is it experience of lokas? See, lokas in Sanskrit means not a world. In actually in Kannada and other languages, Bhuloka, Swargaloka means it's referring to a place. In Sanskrit, it's a plane of experience, not a place of experience. You can be in Swargaloka heaven here, experiencing here. It's a plane of experience. So the plane of experience is in yogic terminology is called Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Adna, Sahasrara. Then they awaken. Or Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. Various types of experiences, plane of experience called Loka. So when people say, I want to experience something, they want to say experience happiness. So happiness is the experience people are seeking. In reality, they are seeking the experience of happiness, which is eternal happiness and infinite bliss. So it's called Ananta or Ananda. But they are lost in the seeking experience. To get infinite or Ananta experience, Ananda, you have to seek the truth, not the experience itself. Yeah.
Even spiritual experience. So how does it it's a difference between
Nothing. It's a different name. So what is the difference between my normal experience and spiritual experience? What is the difference? My normal experience is 1 cup of coffee early in the morning gives me happiness. Spiritual experience, I'll do breathing practice, I'll get happiness. I'll do meditation on chakras, I'll get happiness. So that called people experience. See, people call spiritual experience and material experience. Difference is, material experience, I'll get through something. Drink a cup of coffee, go to a movie, I'll get happy. Material, I have to do something. Spiritual experience, people call it as I do some meditation practice, which is there's no object involved. It's internal. Within me, I try to get some experience. That's called, people call spiritual experience. But really, experience is transcendental, which is not material or spiritual. It's a transcendental experience, which is your nature, which is infinity. That's called bliss or ananda, or it's called also parashanti. So how to be happy or joyful naturally, sahaja in day-to-day transaction. So this is a question on Zoom. See, day-to-day, this is actually, if you look at life, any experience, whether it's any happiness, day-to-day transaction, any experience will bring all the counterpart. Happiness will bring unhappiness, and unhappiness will be followed by happiness. This is a law of nature. It's like a wave. If there's a wave rises, then wave fall. The fall is there. So now the nature is more of a wave function. Anything experienced in any life, experience in life is wave. That cannot be steady state there. So the happiness in day-to-day world, happiness comes, or to be in a sahaja state possible, only when you understand every experience is a temporary, changing, but the experiencer, the sakshi, the witness, and Brahman is eternal. So this comes through discrimination, not by experiencing. Who am I? So then get established in the truth. I am Brahman, I am pure awareness. Then you are joyful and peaceful in any circumstance like. Maybe adverse circumstance or peaceful. Such a person is called Sthita Prajna. One who is established in truth. To get established in truth as Sthita Prajna helps you to be free from suffering in life. Does that answer your question? And how does Sthita Prajna happen? Sthita Prajna happens through self-enquiry. Sthita Prajna happens through enquiry for truth. Atma Vichara. And Vedanta is a process of enquiry into the truth, nature.
See, are we saying that each and every action which we do in the daily transaction has to be inquired from the perspective of...
No, not action. No, not the action. We have to inquire who is the doer, who is the experiencer, who is the knower.
Correct. Not
the action itself.
Many actions are being carried out in day-to-day transactions, right?
Correct. But so, who is the doer? We have to seek the nature of the doer. We have to seek the nature of the experiencer. We have to seek the nature of the knower. Then we understand behind all this, there's an eternal reality which is infinite. That's my true nature. Whatever I do, see, what I am and what I do. So what I do, I can do anything, but what I am doesn't change. That unchanging I am, infinite I am, I have to seek. So there's a question on YouTube. Okay, there's a question on Zoom. Experience of deep sleep is a Brahman experiencing empty mind or Brahman experiencing itself? So the answer is both same. A mind which is empty, a mind is nothing but thoughts. No thoughts means no mind. When the no mind is there, what is there is only Brahman. So the Brahman experiencing itself is called bliss, Ananta, Ananda in deep sleep. So from our point of view, some mind is empty, we can say. But empty mind or no mind means Brahman only. Does that answer your question, Rahul Kaul? On YouTube? Okay, anybody else has any questions? See, in deep sleep, there's no other. There's no body, no mind, no world. What is there? Awareness alone is there. And we are calling that as bliss. Self-experience itself is called bliss or Ananta, Ananda. Shravan, anybody else has any questions? Kanti, Satyalata?
No, Guruji.
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
When Nirguna Brahman alone is real, what is guna? Is it real or unreal? Or
Guna, you see, what is Nirguna Brahma alone is real. What is the meaning of guna? Right? So guna in Vedanta refers to Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Okay. So guna is the activity. Nirguna means without the activity. These activities are upadhi or conditioning. Whereas something beyond activity is nirguna. So guna means activity which conditions the consciousness. So there are three gunas: Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Sattva guna is knowledge, Rajo guna is activity, Tamo guna is dullness. So these superimposed on Brahman appears as Jiva and Jagat. Whereas when Nirguna means these superimposition of this activity is not there, then what is there is beyond gunas. That is called Brahman. Now this beyond gunas is pure awareness. So that pure, what Brahman is there, pure awareness, we can only point out through Sat, Chit, Ananda Swarupa. The material world consists of three gunas: Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Brahman is indicated through Sat, Chit, Ananda, which is not activity, it is a Swarupa, nature. Does that answer your question?
yes, but my question is, while gunas are the changing, apparent changing maybe, but changing aspect of the Nirguna Brahman, it
No,
is
changing,
a fact that
it is not changing
it is
aspects of
Nirguna
Brahman.
Brahman.
Brahman has no changing aspect.
Okay.
The changing aspect is superimposed on Brahman. Appearance.
Yeah. So when this is the classical question, if something is superimposed on something, both must be existing. Both must be reality.
To call something as reality, a test has to be done. What is available in the past, present, and future, which doesn't change with time, is called reality in Vedanta, Satya. What changes with time is called Mithya. So, in that perspective, Gunas are called mithya. Reality and unreality of English word will confuse a bit. Mithya and satya is the actual word. Right? So the mithya,
can we say reality means only the unchanging reality is looking at as reality?
yeah,
Unchanging aspect of Sat.
Sat only is the reality. Everything else is appearing and going.
Okay.
It's mithya.
Whereas the proponents of the other one, where they say Sat, Guna, Saguna Brahman and Nirguna Brahman, both are reality. Brahman is a reality, is also Sat in a way, right? But
No,
it has something appearing.
Saguna Brahma is the appearance of Nirguna Brahma. That is accepted in Vedanta.
Correct.
The appearance is any appearance, however magnificent it is, temporary. That way it's called mithya. And Vedanta does not deny appearance as reality when you are experiencing it. But it only denies the eternal nature of appearance.
So
suppose
that
now
brings eventually to two realities, right? One paramarthika and one vyavaharika, which again comes to dualism.
No. See, paramarthika is absolute reality. Vyavaharika is transactional reality. Correct? So when we speak of dualism, the two things which are real eternally, then it becomes duality. Okay. One is changing and other is unchanging. They are not duality. Myself and my shadow are not duality.
Okay, from that angle, okay.
Right. I can see my shadow has no existence other than me. I am real. Shadow is appearance. Of course, shadow follows me, but that is not dual to me. Saguna aspect of anything follows the Nirguna aspect. It has no independent existence at all.
Can we say it is a projection?
Appearance. Appearance, projection, you can call it many names.
Yeah, because when we say about the shadow, it is just a body's projection which appears as a shadow.
Yes. Appearance, projection, you can call it anyway. It has no independent existence of its own. So if there's independent existence, there's a duality. Is that clear, Sean?
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Let us sit silently for some time. Close your eyes. Questions? Any question? Sit silently. Close your eyes. Become aware of your body. Relax your body. Take a couple of deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Be aware of your natural breathing. Be aware that I am the witness of the breathing. Witness does not change while breathing changes. And witness is the unchanging reality. That's my true nature. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivananani Shivoham 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 Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyakjyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmiham. Hold your hand in a blessing posture. May your heart expand, heart center, expand to cover the whole universe. May all living beings in land, sea, forest, and sky and water be happy, peaceful. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. With that, we'll conclude today's session. Next class is on Monday. We'll start in another few minutes, Kannada class.
Hari Om, Guruji.
Hari Om.
I have a
Hari.
question. Actually, when we are in this daily routine life of transactional world, how is it that we ignore the true nature, and how is it that we cannot go back immediately to that only when everything is silent and we make up our mind? We just
So the question requires a correction. We are not in the day-to-day life. Day-to-day life is in you. We say ulta palta. Okay. So you are not in the dream. Dream is in you. The world is in you. You are not in the world. First thing. Okay. So then that's the first understanding is we are in the day-to-day life is wrong. Because when you say you are in day-to-day life, already you're taking you as a body and mind. Body and mind is a character in the day-to-day life. The world is in you. You are not in the world in that sense. Okay. So the question itself is to be corrected. Second thing is how it is difficult to go back to our own nature. How we forget our nature. So do you see movies? So when we see movies, we'll get so engrossed in the movies. We get attracted by the movies. We are getting attracted by the drama which is going on, and we get involved in the drama. That's why it becomes difficult for us to come out.
but we will have to do our regular routine work, no, Guruji.
You can do routine work, but all routine work will not get involved, no? See, some routine work will get involved, some routine work will get more attracted, some routine work will don't get attracted. For example, your child is crying, you'll get attracted. Neighbor's child is crying, you'll not get attracted. You'll give a kerchief also, but you'll not get attracted, no?
Yes, Guruji.
Right?
Yes.
So basically, we get involved, attracted by the experience of what's happening. Then we forget ourselves.
Yes, Guruji.
So you are not in the day-to-day life. Day-to-day life is in you. Atma, Brahman. Okay. So with that, we'll close this English session. Another 5 minutes, we'll start the Kannada session. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Guruji.
Hari Om, Prabhuji.
Hari Om.